I just posted the link in the room. Does anybody want to see something funny? If you go on YouTube and you take a look at the stream, look at my pup in the background. Someone's knocked out. Oh, she's relaxing. All right. And then my boy is sleeping on the ground. But now I need to share my screen. Just no love for NVIDIA on that news, man. Shame. It was looking so nice last night too, dude. You jinxed it too, Sean. He said she no love NVIDIA chips long time. Oh, dude, that's just too funny. All right. All right. I don't know how to change that at the moment. I'd have to go on live and go back on. Doesn't matter, dude. There's an hour left. No, I didn't buy Wolf or Cypher today. I bought AMD instead, because that was a mistake. All right. Yeah, we're also not going to be able to hold QUBT until the close, it doesn't look like. I mean, we are right against the 200 right now and just closing a little too strong. BE, not bad. BE kind of turning back around off that 50. Triggered a 620 setup, about a buck lower. CleanSpark looks like the best crypto name. Yeah, it's not terrible. CleanSpark. You also have Iron. What is it? Iron and Riot. I mean, Riot looks fairly similar. Yeah, Lily at the support gap. Kind of losing the support gap right now, but see if it'll reclaim it. XOM hit that 120 and then gave back quite a bit of that push. IBP, is that still going? How are home builders acting at the moment? Oh man, could this thing be tightening up anymore? Yeah, and look at this IBP. I'm not going to be trading bull. That's for sure. 100% not going to be trading bull. This chart is absolutely disgusting. I'll look at it again in 6 months. CoreWeave, better, but again, not the best. I almost prefer MBIS, but of course they get a short hit piece on them. NEM, nice breakout. I do agree. I bought NEM today. Just over prior day high. Very straightforward breakout. Yeah, video, nothing. Maybe I can't hold AMD and I can't hold VRT overnight and possibly QUBT. So got a few names to get rid of. Fang, Apple, HBM. Dude, this HBM looks super good. Just think it'd be ready to go for tomorrow, maybe. SCCO is another one that I like in the copper space. It just, things aren't really digesting, man. It's just straight up off the bottom. I was just pulling that up. I don't know who Peter Zeihan is, but his eyes clearly work. He likes copper. Good question. How tight days of consolidation do I look for? Problem with CoreWeave is it's got all this overhead supply, right? And it's not really above all its moving averages. It's below a declining 50. And this name hasn't been trading for 200 days yet. So it doesn't even have a 200 simple moving average. So it's not really above all its key moving averages. It's above the 10 and the 20, I guess. But like, you know, when it gets above the 20, like where do you buy it? TEM is still the Widowmaker. Rubrik. Love it. Do we count NVIDIA as a bit of a news failure? I mean, that's a good thing, though. All right, we got an hour left. Hopefully, this NVIDIA can give us a little bit of a perk back, man. JP Morgan down 12. Oh, please, just go buy it. Who doesn't love Jim Cramer? I've got a meme for that guy. Do I got it here? Where the hell my Jim Cramer meme is? Here we go. Here we go. There's my Jim Cramer meme. Oh. You know what? You got to give him some credit. The man once did name his dog NVIDIA. I mean, can't talk too. Yeah, his dog was named NVIDIA. Yeah. Of course, the speculative stuff is hanging in their best today. Such a monster. And CIEN is another one that's acting awesome too. You replaced it with Apple? Yeah. Yeah, JFrog, look at this thing go, dude. That $60 high volume close level was perfect, wasn't it? What a move for Frog. And trades 100 million bucks a day. I mean, I guess I could have gotten myself in, pieced myself in. Oh well. Speaking of moves back through the support gap, Lilly. Eli Lilly back through the support gap. We'll see what happens. They keep showing up for it. I wonder if Cart is going higher because of DoorDash today, too. Yeah, look at this. Is this Instacart? CART? Hell of a move for this Instacart, man. Past few days. DoorDash is back above the 200. Yeah. DoorDash back above the 200, and then look at CART. Yeah, I thought Frog was a pretty textbook setup. I mean, could it have been bought a few days ago? I thought Frog was better bought, right at this high volume close setup just a handful of days ago. Was better, in my opinion, on this second. But yeah, could have maybe been added to today, small, but that's a hell of a breakout right there. Thoughts on Lemonade? Hopefully it acts like Frog. I mean, how many more times does this thing have to flirt with the HVC before it finally gets going? I think the difference is the one that's in a better group is acting better. Simple enough, right? Yeah, who knows? MRVL, not the best. Look at this thing, how weak this has been after the gap up on earnings. CRDO was the same thing. How weak has this thing been after the gap up on earnings? Shame. It's like a nice UNR followed by a nice DTSS. Dude, it's just been flirting with the high volume close for so long on that lemonade. Why would I like IONQ? Why would I like this name that just got its ass kicked? It's below a declining 50. I don't really like IONQ. GSAT still holding in there? Yeah. Is anybody in here still on GSAT? What a nice breakout this was, too, and holding up super well on the rising 5-day. Nice job, Joe. Yeah, really nice one. Yeah, GSAT's great. Oh, man, a couple of you guys are still in this thing. Yeah, awesome. Awesome move. And still working. Yeah, unfortunately, VRT might not be one I'm able to keep overnight. PL. Yeah, PL can get going over its 50-day too. It's just consolidating underneath it. Not bad. Obviously, ASTS would be supportive to the group action. Rocket Lab, similar deal. So if like Rocket Lab continue to act well, ASTS continue to act well, then it's probably likely that PL gets over the 50. A big fade for Uber today, man. Loses 4 days of price action in just one afternoon. The right side of the V, love Lance too, man. Such an easy concept. I mean, I don't want to use the word easy, but it's almost like why that 620 setup can be so helpful. No, I don't really see a setup in PRAX. Well, I mean, what's your setup? Frost? I don't see one. JP Morgan stopped right at 300. Dude, what an ass kicking today. This thing doesn't normally have down days like this. It's just like a multi-day downtrend for JP Morgan in just a couple hours. Yeah, it's leapfrogging time. Oh, yes, dude. Sphere has been awesome. Yeah, Sphere. What a move, too. I'll be in Las Vegas this weekend too, so I'm gonna make my sphere contribution while I'm there. I maybe the Wizard of Oz, I think. Would I enter Cypher? No, not here. Yeah, Intel, dude, that 42 and a half level was just perfect. And it looks like it's trying to go lower too. Just throwing that out there, Nick. He said, well, because you're telling me, hey man, don't do it. I'm not short, Carvana. Thanks for asking. Yeah, but wanting to and actually doing it, very different things. Leave it to Nick to know how to make you feel special, like you've done something right. Oh, oh yeah, tell that to Iron from $74 and this thing drops 50%. How about tell that to Cypher, which I absolutely nailed, and it dropped 40%. What do you mean it's not the greatest? Well, okay. So even if you took it a little bit lower on November 10th and you just use this left side peak of October, all right, tell that to the same 40% it went down. Yeah, but then how do you get involved? Would it just have been maybe the gap of, yeah, so like the gap from November 6th? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to argue with you because I've seen the gap levels work wonderfully. So, oh, actually, SoFi was another good DTSS as well, just to be fair. Well, I mean, yeah, followed by a gap, but your either entry is here. Okay, so let me ask this. If it leaves a gap, then how do you short it on the gap day? Do you just buy like a 5 minute opening range break low? Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, Meta, that move today is not awesome, honestly. Man, app loving too, dude. Fuck is going on here? App loving. New all-time closing high today. NEM, what an awesome move. Yeah, Wayfair lost the 50. Not that pretty of a chart, that's for sure. XOM just steady fading after that push this morning. All right. Well, it'd be nice if crude oil could catch a bid. BLD was another home builder coming down today. It's looking very promising, and then just beaten up. Yeah, it would be nice if the S&P 500 could stay heavy into tomorrow and even a little bit through FOMC and get a bit of this, a bit of a backfill, but it might not happen. Who knows? Man, XLU ETF utilities just still getting creamed. Even more surprising that GEV is, doing as well as it is. CCJ. CG. Yeah, credit to a rubric for being as strong as it is too. CrowdStrike. Yeah, CrowdStrike kind of round trip that push. Not the best. I mean, that could be fine, Justin. Honestly, we'll see what happens tomorrow with FOMC anyway. All I know is that, my long on AMD, next to no cushion, and I could easily buy it back tomorrow, back over that, 223, back over the 20 SMA. Nvidia, I'll hold on to. Obviously, Tesla, a great one today. Rubrik, a nice one today. Don't really see anything that stood out to me in some kind of a big way. VRT, I probably will let this one go too. We're basically flat on the trade. Buying this 620 setup as it was turning up earlier, and I don't know that I hang on to this thing. Just not enough push into the close. We could leave it for the 50 tomorrow, but we have a pretty big event, and I don't want to hold anything into like that binary event and then just have too many positions near flat. That's the problem. If they were like all bright green trades, then I could just let them, trade with their volatility into that event. But if you're very close to flat and then you're scrambling to like cut positions, add positions, it just becomes too much of a cluster. NEM's fine. This one I will happily let work. Awesome, awesome trend all day long. So this one I've got absolutely no problem just letting this thing work. It's about as nice of a trend. With my luck, it might slam tomorrow on FOMC, but they say an interest rate cut's supposed to be bad for the dollar and good for gold and silver and the metals, the commodities. We'll see how true that is. We will see. Nice, Angel. Yeah, Frog, beautiful. ASTS, nice one too. Rocket Lab shaping up with it as well. We'll see what happens. All right, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yep. Yes, sir. This Wolf's, probably the best of the bunch at the moment. Better than Iron, better than Cypher. Got to give it some credit too. It's the looks like the strongest of the bunch. Man, Lilly just continues lower too. No, I don't look at put or call volumes before taking a position. Options flow is totally irrelevant to the way that I trade. Options flow for me is something for shorter term, like looking for short term expiration out of the money calls, could have a bit of a bullish connotation to it. But yeah, I don't focus on that at all. It's just like another thing to give you paralysis from a really nice setup, right? If it's a nice setup and it's looking like it's trying to break out, I'm not going to be like, well, hold on a second. What was the how many calls were bought for like the out of the money calls for later this week? Like that's doing too much. Yeah, I mean, even like level two is like that's short term, right? It's level two. Like when you go to enter, like, oh, is there buying pressure through a prior day high? Yeah, but like once I'm in Netflix, for instance, and I'm up $13 a share, I'm not worried about level two right now. It's below 200, it's below the 50, it's below a falling 20, it's below. I don't care about level two at the moment. I would assume that there's got to be VJ. There's got to be a couple of names within there that are on the bearish list, which are also doing well, though. Right? If you probably got to look through all of them to like even make a determination if that's really actually true and if it's like worth incorporating it into your decision making, because it might not be, or it might really be. I don't know. Micron, man, such a beast of a chart, dude. Go sideways, please. Go sideways. GSAT still going. Corning looking really good too. Walmart at the highs. SATS. Wow. SATS, another big pop here too. What the hell is going on with this name? SpaceX, this was last minute. SpaceX said to pursue 2026 IPO, raising far above 30 billion. So every time there's SpaceX news, SATS is going, and so is GSAT for that matter. They're all just kind of moving together at the moment. If JP Morgan sell-off starts to trickle over into Citigroup, if JP Morgan gives us a day two where you kind of are losing the lower part of this base, maybe, and then you're making your way towards the 200. Yeah, that could probably start to affect Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. If it does, that's going to have some sort of impact on the S&P 500. The real question will be, are semiconductors, kind of rising to the occasion? Are energy stocks rising to the occasion? Is money rotating somewhere else? Because if it doesn't and it starts to affect the S&P 500, but then semiconductors are rolling over with it, like CRDO doesn't start to catch a bid, Nvidia doesn't start to catch a bid, AVGO kind of fails off those highs, TSM, etc. Then yeah, because banks are a pretty decent sized contributor to the S&P 500, and you don't really want to see JP Morgan start to be the domino that falls, that brings with it a few other banking names, that then starts to affect the S&P 500 enough that it brings a few semis with it, but it might not be, right? So I don't even want to think about it like that. For all we know, JP Morgan could roll, Nvidia could start to catch a bid, Apple could start to recatch a bid, Microsoft could continue to build higher lows, Google still looks perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, JP Morgan doesn't even matter. Obviously, we'd like to see banks participating, but it might not even matter. So, what I don't want to do, I don't want to do too much of, you know, like if this name's going down, like just know that that could be a possibility, and then just kind of let names tell you what they're actually doing. Oh man, ASTS, nice move too on that SATS pop. You get ASTS, you get Rocket Lab, and then now it looks like PL. Rocket Lab's looking good too, man. It's back above where I initially bought it. This Rocket Lab was interesting, back above the 20, but who knows what happens when you come into this 50-day. Lunar as well. Yeah, probably the worst of the bunch, I would say. But yeah, I'd say like ASTS, then Rocket Lab, maybe a KTOS. But even this KTOS is just not acting the same. ASTS probably my favorite of the bunch. Man, DoorDash. RDW is another one. That Redwire, right? Isn't this another one? Yeah. Oh man, but this thing is just beaten to shit. Yeah, D. If not, I'll send us a private link tomorrow for YouTube as well. So, yeah, the drop in JP Morgan had something to do with them talking about their guidance for Q4, if I'm not mistaken. So, looks like their guidance for Q4 was not appreciated. Ugly cipher. Ugly. Yeah, I would say Wolf's better than Cipher. Oh yeah. I mean, by a mile, it looks like to me. I mean, Cypher's round tripping part of today's move. Wolf is pretty much up near highs on the daily. Looks better to me. I mean, I don't know. Don't know that it has to stay that way, but for now, definitely looks better. All right, AMD. Well, maybe we just hold on to this sucker or what? Bitcoin long or short? I think neither. Yeah, Wolf definitely looks like the leader. I don't see a setup on Rivian. I mean, the charts in a huge base, but I don't see a setup. But that doesn't mean there might not be. I just don't have a setup studied to buy something that's not tight. Roblox back through the 200. Maybe this thing pulls just look at Netflix too, Justin, right? Don't think that Roblox can't do a Netflix, right? You tried to get back through the 200 and then you failed, 2 days later. Thoughts on Caterpillar in this pullback? Not a steep enough pullback. I would watch it against this high volume close instead. $585 maybe. All right, AMD, come on. Let's just close strong here so we can go ahead and stay in this thing. Close 222 would be good enough. Rubrik, not bad. Oracle with earnings tonight. Oh yeah, that'll make a little bit of a difference. What if Oracle has good earnings and we just gap to 250s, 260s? Yeah, VRT looks fine though, Fox. At least, on the daily, it's still fine. Like just a pullback into the 50-day. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I don't have enough cushion to want to hold this overnight. So just kind of cut it and deal with it tomorrow. Why AMD? Well, I thought it was getting back above the 20 SMA like NVIDIA yesterday. Right? I thought we were taking out these prior 2 days highs and we're starting to get above the 20. But obviously, we kind of faltered. And then, my stop is still the support gap at 218. But do I just hold it into tomorrow or do I just cut the little loss? I mean, I could eat the small loss and it really not be a big deal. So I might just hold on to it anyway. But we'll see. Yeah, but FOMC is not until the afternoon. So we got about 10 minutes to decide anyway. Yeah, exactly. Not till 1. So the market will be open for like 4 hours. God, XOM. Just ugly ass daily after that one. The hell was that? Yeah, Oracle. Yeah, earnings tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Earnings tomorrow. Yeah, ATI metal fab name. Still not bad, just going sideways. ALAB, lithium stock, fine. Not amazing. Lemonade needs to get over the high volume close, like, yesterday. Hecla. A PAAS was better. A whole hell of a lot better. And I bought NEM today. NEM looks great. Hopefully, this thing doesn't dump tomorrow. I mean, MU looks awesome. It looks like it's trying to give us a, what is this, new closing high here, maybe? Yep. It looks like it's trying to give us an all-time closing high. Right there. No, I'm not looking to short LabU. Right? Pullbacks have been viable here for a few months. I'm not looking to short this. It could be that biotechs have topped, but that's not like my base case or anything. We're not wildly extended from the 50, right? There's no real reason to try and short LabU. You were stopped out of your positions on 11/21, MU included. Yeah, this higher low setup on the 5th, that was about the best spot to, relaunch some of these names, in my opinion. Come on, AMD. That's what I'm talking about. Close it well. Same with NVIDIA. Hopefully, VRT could give us a halfway decent close too. We'll just deal with these names tomorrow. Would you trade non-movers like McDonald's? No. No, Frost. This shit just moves too slow. I mean, McDonald's moves 1.55% per day. No, I am not loving it. Here's the thing. Maybe you could, but I already own XOM, dude. I already have a turtle in my portfolio. I don't need two. And this thing moves 1.9% today. But yeah, I don't need a second turtle in my portfolio. One is plenty. I'd like my minimum percent move to be like 3.5 minimum. 4%, 5% is even better. Right? Otherwise, it's just like too damn slow. And you could size it up a little if you're sitting on a bunch of cash, but yeah, McDonald's, this is just, look at this chart too, dude. I would go nuts sitting in something like this for a while. God, XOM. I talked nicely about this thing this morning and it's going to do this. Terrible. Elon Musk, trillionaire before 2027. The only way that that's going to be able to work is if my Tesla stock is going higher. Otherwise, he ain't going to be a trillionaire for shit. They better get this stock going in the right direction. Oh, NEM looks amazing. Amazing. Absolutely monster chart. When are we at 100? That's the real question. Just some market on close imbalances. That's it. Nice push for an LRCX, for instance. Tesla just kind of slams a little bit there at the close. A VRT, a little bit of a slam there at the close. Yeah, it's just a buy side or sell side imbalance into the close. That happens like every day. I wouldn't think too much about that, honestly. GE. Wow, GE. Still hanging at the lows. Man, it's such a slow mover, too. Home Depot, below the 200. Doesn't look too good. Netflix still looking kind of weak. Just closed out my VRT. No need to sit in this thing here with the fairly weak close. AMD might be on the same boat, but I could probably hold that sucker. Yeah, almost red for Cypher. Okay, so VRT was the only one I took off the board. I held on to AMD. All the other names that I'm in still pretty fantastic. AMD, slight red, but holding it so long as we're holding the support gap at 218. NEM was bought today. Absolutely awesome push. I don't think I could have asked for anything better out of NEM literally all day long. Netflix didn't do anything with it. NVIDIA, it's obviously down today, but no ads. Tesla, I added yesterday and really nice push today. Obviously not the world's greatest close, so we'll just, kind of take it one day at a time. No real spot for me to add any more to this anyway. QUBT, I held on to it. We are flat going into after hour, so maybe not the most comfortable situation, but we'll just deal with it tomorrow as long as we're below the 200 SMA. And XOM, what looked like a really nice push today, kind of a sloppy close, but this name has been kind of sloppy here recently on this right-hand side. And that's about it. And obviously Rubrik, Could I ask for anything better? I don't think so. Daily looks great. So a little bit of a sloppy close as well, but we'll deal with that later. Nice job for some of you guys who bought Frog. Obviously, it's been a little bit of a selective market. We'll see kind of what happens going into tomorrow with FOMC, and just take it one day at a time. Small little loss on VRT, and that's the idea. Keep them super, super small until you can gain some traction, and then once you're in a winner, let it work. Your broker doesn't love you. Yeah, Tesla closing kind of weak, but I mean, what are we going to do, man? It's up 1.5%. It bounced off the 50-day. It's long as it's above the 50-day, I'm not going to think about it too much. GameStop colonoscopy. Look at how cute my little pup is in the background, just sleeping. She's the cutest. Alec, anything meaningful today that you found notable? Rubrik, nice. Tesla, nice bounce off the 50. Not that insane, but nice bounce off the 50. Anything else that you thought was kind of notable? Yeah, I didn't. Warner Brothers still ripping, huh? Lemonade still looking good. Yep. Lemonade could be just a nice high volume close setup, just like Frog was a few days ago. Frog was perfect from 60. It really just does not get a whole lot better than the entry on December 2nd. GEV Pop. I don't know what that was. GEV Vernova raises multi-year financial outlook, doubles dividend, and increases buyback authorization. There it is. GEV Vernova. Let's go. Good for them. It's a very nice chart to begin with, and that's some pretty good news.
SMCI expands NVIDIA Blackwell portfolio of new 4U and 2OU liquid cooled NVIDIA H GX Speedred solutions.
SMCI Supermicro expands NVIDIA Blackwell portfolio with new 4U and 2OU liquid cooled NVIDIA solutions ready for high volume shipment. Nobody knows what that shit means, dude. No, GEV, no earnings. GEV just raised their outlook and bigger buyback and raised their dividend. So pretty sure. Yeah, increased their buyback, doubled their dividend, raised their multi-year financial outlook. In other words, they're fucking killing it. That's just pretty much what they're telling you. They're like, hey, in case you're wondering, we just got to give you some money back. We're making so much money, we got to give you some money back. What? Playboy lowers their guidance? How's that possible? It's a great American institution. If I were the CFO, that's what I'd be telling you. If I were the CEO of GV, those would be the exact words I use. Guys, I don't know how to spend all this extra money, so I just got to buy back more of our stock and just give more to you guys. Yeah, such a nice move. Beautiful. I mean, we're like right at an all-time closing high, too. Such a monster chart. AVAV, is this aerospace and defense too? I think it is. Going down. 252. I don't know. Did they have earnings? Yeah, they did. AVAV, what were their earnings? Yeah, very, very nice. GEV, perfect. Perfect, perfect. CCRN, Cross Country Health. Oh, no, that's nothing. CBRL, Cracker Barrel. Stock sucks. GME. Yep, declares increased first quarter 2026 dividend and increases buyback authorization. Very nice. AMD. All right, Tesla, give us an overnight gap up, please, and continuation. Yeah, I'm in Tesla. I got into Tesla when it reclaimed the 50-day. I think I told you about this. And I added to Tesla yesterday on the bounce of the 50 simple moving average right here. I didn't get rid of it yesterday. I bought it on the 3rd and I added yesterday. Yeah, I'm in there. I've traded Tesla picture perfect, honestly. I've avoided all the drawdowns. I've traded Tesla really well this year, actually. I don't know that I've traded it as well as maybe Oklo, but Yeah, I'm trading it. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm trading it. I'm not going to sit in this colonoscopy. No, thanks. I mean, yeah, of course we look at it in hindsight, but what if it kept going lower? Can't do that. No, I didn't buy NBIS. Oh, you tried to buy NBIS today? No, not me. It's just kind of stuck in this little range here. It just needs above the 50-day at some point. When it gets above the 50-day, I'll be in it. What do I think about COMP? Yeah, I mean, it's in an uptrend. It's got a nice little high tight flag here. It trades $130 million a day, moves 4% per day. I don't really see there anything wrong with this thing, honestly. What's wrong with COMP? Nothing. Maybe just a little too extended from the 50 SMA. Let me look. Yeah, just too extended from the 50 is all. Take two, not a bad one either. Again, not the best, right? Not the best. Just needs to finish building. It's sloppy. It's sloppy. For a second, I was thinking about Twilio, which is a little bit better. But, I mean, you know. How did I enter Tesla? I entered Tesla on a reclaim of the 50 SMA. That's all. I literally bought it as we were reclaiming the 50. It wasn't on the second, it was on the third. I tried buying it on the second and I got stopped out. And then I tried buying it on the third. And then I added more yesterday off the 50-day. Yeah, Twilio. And here's the crazy part with Twilio, it needs more sideways. But it's also been in a bunch of sideways. Level 10 is where you unlock the UNR. Frog was the miss of the day. Yeah. Well, Frog, I thought, was even better at 60, right? We talked about this. I don't know how many times I could have listed Frog as $60 as the HVC, but perfect. Lemonade, difference is the groups that they're in. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. AppLovin, I think, is like an all-time closing high, no? Yeah, AppLovin was an all-time closing high today. The HVC is the high volume close. So look at like your earnings gap up for Frog, and you'll notice where it closed. Right at $60, and good above 60, bad below. But as this thing was building higher lows, this was a pretty good entry off of these higher lows. Yeah, Lemonade looks good. Lemonade's right there too. Hood looking good. She's not the best close either. The hell is this? A little bit more sideways. Yeah, Lemonade, not bad. Lemonade, pretty damn good. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, this chart looks ready to go, honestly. There's a handful of charts. If we can just get through FOMC unscathed, off to the races. Shit, you know what else was really spready? Rubric at one point. It's like $1 spread on that name. Almost couldn't believe it. Silver, such a monster chart, dude. Such a monster chart. I know. I saw that. A gap on a 5-minute chart. Silly. These things just aren't trading with a tight spread. But what are you going to do? People just out there buying the ask with like a, 1% higher. Silly price action. No. Just because the stock has accumulated more does not mean the spread goes down at all. Man, GEV. What a move. Holy cow. New highs coming to a theater near you. I mean, this thing's going to be at new all-time highs tomorrow, the way this is going. Wow. What a move. I wouldn't be looking at GEV as a double top short sale. Their product, they do like the turbines, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say they're on back order for 7 years. All right. This isn't a name I would short. We've been talking about this base for a while. This is not a name I'm shorting. This is $1,000 stock at some point, I think. Is my guess. Yeah, this is not, we talked about this, guys. You make a move up, you build a whole new base, and you start to break out again. I mean, this is not a stock I would be shorting. Their product is on back order for 7 years. That's how much demand there is. There are certain stocks you short, like the shitty quantums. There are certain stocks you just let break out of a base and go work. Not a name I'd want to be short. That's for sure. Anything else? Thoughts on AEO? I mean, looks pretty good. A bit extended from the 50. it does have a high volume close setup that we're coming right into at the moment. Is it buyable right through there? Probably. I mean, I don't know that I'm buying this name. I thought there's somebody in this room who bought it right through here. 18.5. That was the right spot here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little bit more cautious when something's this extended, which it is. It's not to say it won't continue because it's a recent earnings winner. Yeah, it's 8 times its ATR from the 50. I just like there's like this mental blockage which just does not let me buy it this extended. If this thing built a base like Frog for the next few weeks, month, sign me up. Yeah, awesome moves out there. And meanwhile, Eli Lilly just getting plastered too. Odd to see such a great name just go down every day like that, but not sure what the hell's going on. Anyway, unless I'm missing anything else, I ended up closing Iron today too. A little bit salty about that, although it was such a small position left, but I thought it was going to close above the 20, above the resistance gap, and boy, did that ever fail. Whoops. But if that's it, I'm going to do my after hours recap video, and I will see you guys a little later tonight. Yep. Have a good one, brother. You guys have an awesome one. Alec, go get that haircut, and I'll see you in 3 days. Yes, sir. We'll talk to you soon, D-Man. You guys have a great rest of your day. Would I consider buying GEV tomorrow? No. The entry on GEV was days ago. If you were prepared for this one, right? It was right through on Thursday the 4th. Now, I wouldn't be buying this one personally, but just kind of keep it on watch for later. Don't necessarily think you've missed anything. If this thing's going to continue to go and it's going, 7, 8, 900, you probably get a few more spots on it. So just leave it on watch. Just whatever you do, don't chase. Pullbacks into ascending moving averages are always best in stocks that are in uptrends. Not always best, but especially something that's gone up like this. Keep your eyes on it for pullbacks. Anyway, guys, much love. I'm going to do my after hours recap video. I'll get it posted here on YouTube as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow for pre-market prep.